Hi guys, how are you guys doing? Hope all is well and making good profits from the trading and your investment. Today I'm back with my third video and the title is Psychology of Trading and Investment. Now, for those of you who not so familiar with trading or investment or have not really tried this business before, I suggest you to go and watch my first two video. The first one is identify opportunities in coronavirus madness. Here, basically, I share about trading and investment as a potential business for you to get into. Whether you are an employee right now working in a 9 to 5 job, or you are self-employed, and you want to perhaps make more income or create a second stream of income, I would definitely welcome you to consider this business. I also use the ESBI cash flow quadrant model to explain to you why it is beneficial for you to consider this business, right? So please feel free to go and watch this video. Then the next one I touch on, the second video that I touch on is how to draw trend lines. So in my own analysis, I am basically more into TA, technical analysis. So I spend a lot of time on my charts, and the trading charts will basically, with the help, of course, with trend lines, I am able to determine where is my buying entry, how do I set my stop loss, and where do I take my profit targets, right? And in the video, you would also see that I post my trade setups in this social site called tradingview.com, right? So you can go to tradingview.com and follow some of the ideas that I have and see if it works for you, right? Now, before I touch on today's video, let me make a very quick disclaimer. Whatever that I'm showing right now and in the past are basically my own ideas and my own experiences. The journey that I've taken thus far for the past few years, how it has worked for me and how it has benefited me, and I'm basically using these videos to share with more people, share with more like-minded people who would like to see their income grow higher and more in that sense. So if you are not familiar with trading or investment, please kindly consult your financial advisor. All right. So these are purely for educational purposes. Okay. Now with that out of the way, let's quickly move on. Right, on today's topic, psychology of trading and investment. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, first and foremost, if you go to the internet, you will not lack in terms of looking for trading indicators, trading strategies. You just have to type, and you get hundreds and hundreds of different authors telling you this is the best strategy. You can use the moving average, and another one would be saying use the Bollinger Band, and some other would swear by using the stochastic and so on and so forth. They are just, I think, I don't know, it's hundreds or hundreds and hundreds of these indicators around in the market. There are just too many, and it keeps popping up. So my style is pretty simple. I basically just use the trend line, the support and resistance to help guide me, right? And it has served me well thus far. So that is basically the technical aspect of it. Today, what I want to touch on is more on the psychology, right? Which I personally find it is much lacking in the internet space, if I may put it, and a lot of so-called gurus or trainers or coaches out there who are teaching you guys on how to trade and so on and so forth. They do cover on this aspect, but I would say is a very small percentage. So I spend a lot of time trying to dig up information on this aspect, and I hope this can be of some value to you, right? So first thing first, I would say is to understand what is your own trading personality. Now, trading personality, what do I mean by that? Now, so you can see on the screen here, we have three, right? So the first one is see you at the top. Now, if I say the word see you at the top, if you as a listener hear this word and have a mental picture, right, in your mind that you are somewhere at the top of a mountain, at the top of a building or whatsoever, then you are what we term as a visual learner, right? Visual learner, which I bracket there in a V, right? So you learn through pictures and diagrams and watching movies. So when someone explain instruction to you, you need to see it in pictures and diagrams. That way you caught on and you can comprehend and understand the materials very fast, right? Now there's a second group of learners we call the auditory. So they are very sensitive to sounds. So for example, my voice here is as they listen to this video, they might switch off. I don't know, which I hope not. Is Desmond's voice too loud, too high pitch, too fast, too slow? How's the tempo and things like that. And yeah, so this group of people, they are generally their temperament is a bit slower in that sense. So I think my wife would belong to this category because she likes listening to different kinds of music. She plays the piano. She's probably less chatty and talkative like myself, and she's definitely a great listener. So yeah, so they would fall into this category. So things like sounds great, some things like that would gel with them in that sense, right? And the last category would be the kinesthetic profile. The kinesthetic profile of learners need to what I term it as go through the experience, right? The experiential learners, right? So for example, I might say, do you feel like a millionaire? How is it like to be a millionaire? What is the feeling like? And so we generally fall into three different categories, and by and large, most of us may have a certain percentage of each of these V, A, or K, but there is one dominant part of it, right? One dominant part of it that leads your learning style. So for myself, if you have guessed correctly, I'm more of a VK learner, right? So that is why you can see that I need to see charts, right? So you can tell me a company that's doing well, the fundamental, this and that, but I will not be able to absorb as well as if I'm looking at the chart. By just looking at the chart, I can very quickly tell you, okay, if there is a trading opportunity for me. Should I get in? Should I wait? Should I sell this stock or whatever? So that's for the visual aspect of it. Now, the auditory is an area that I think I'm weaker at, but it is okay, right? It is okay. I'm just have to learn to accept it. Kinesthetic. Now, this is a large part of my learning style. I recall when I was studying as a student, a lot of subjects come very alien to me because I could not experience it, especially days when I was learning about corporate finance and the lecturer was just, babbling there, and I just could not understand what he was trying to say, and the words were just not going to my head and definitely not into my heart, and I find the subject so dry and so boring, blah blah blah, and I just feel like giving up. So yeah, so back to this VAK, you need to um, um, find out a bit deeper about where do you sit in. Are you a V learner, A learner, or a K learner? Now, if you were to click on the trading personality, which is now underlined, you click on it, it will bring you to a website. I think it's called the My Tools, where it gives you a very detailed explanation of what is the VAK profile learners, so that you can better understand what I'm trying to say, right? But in this context, scoping this VAK to trading and investment. So with that, I'm going to go a bit deeper and share with you. All right. Okay, being a V and a K learner or trader, so to speak, a VK trader, right? Myself, I keep a record of all my profitable charts. Okay, let me repeat. Okay, I keep records of all my profitable charts only. Okay, why do I say that? Very simple. This is the Australia Japanese yen, right? And I made about 7,950. Thereabout. Thereabout. And I use these charts on a frequent basis, right? Whenever, for example, if I have some losing trades, or if I'm feeling down, or if I'm affected by other parts of my life, blah blah blah, I would turn to this folder of mine and let these charts that I have accumulated for years, right? And it would just fly, I would just bring them up and get myself into the mood or into the state and feel, oh, how nice it was back then. I have made such profits. 7,950 yen. Wow, for Australia yen pair yesterday, right? And the Japan 225 or Nikkei 225 index, which also I make about $466 profit. Okay. Here I will not be touching on the trend line and trend line analysis in this video, right? So we can skip on that. So here is the Hang Seng index. As you can see from at the bottom, this is a chart or rather profit that I made in May 23rd, 2019. That was last year, right? So this is a two position I got myself in, right? One for 1,700 and the other one for about 300 over. So there's about 2,000 over Hong Kong dollars. Okay. Sometimes I like how would I say? I like the idea of participating in products that give me in foreign currencies. Not so much, how should I put it? It's a way to trick my mind that when I see a 4-figure sum profit or 5-figure sum profit, wow, it boosts up my morale. It gives me the confidence, right? Wow, I made 4-figure profit. I made 5-figure profit. Even though when converting back to the Sing dollar currency, it could be less than 100 Sing, but it does not matter, right? These profits are basically on a rolling basis. I mean, it's accumulative, right? I may make 300 here, but I may make much more in other products, right? So that's basically the whole idea that I want to share. See, so I will have these charts popping up every now and then, or you know, getting myself back into the state. Wow, this is again on 20 March 19 on a Wednesday. Can't see exactly what pair is this because this is blocked on top. I make about 966. Wow. Oh, this should be a stock because it's 300 shares. Okay. I make about near to 1,000 Sing dollars. So that is really, wow, I feel like on the top of the world back then. Really feel great. Okay. Just feel great. And the next one is oil. Okay, this is on 11 February, quite recently. Make about $200 over dollars. Make about $200 over dollars, right? Wow, fantastic. This is just fantastic. Well done, well done. Keep it up. Okay, and this is again Aussie USD. Make about $113. Wow, not too bad, isn't it? On the 15 minutes chart. Yes. Okay, way to go. Come on. Again, the Nikkei 225 make about 100 Sing dollars. Okay, make 100 Sing dollars. This is on 4th of February. All right. What else do we have? Gold. I short gold in early Jan, make about $8. Okay. Just a quick note that for those who are new, and if you want to try something safe as in terms of the capital, yeah, I would say gold, no doubt is volatile, but I would say it's a very good training ground because the amount that you can lose, meaning if you want to lose 50 Sing dollars out of trading gold, I would say it is almost very difficult because the pip that it gives you and it's just so small, so small in that sense. Yeah, so I do trade gold, but it's not as frequent as I trade in other pairs in that sense. Yeah. Okay. What else do we have? This is the Euro Pound. I love this pair because firstly, it is in pound. Wow, right? It is in pound, and it when you convert back to Sing, I think there is a currency rate exchange. So I think that is to our favor at this moment. So that is part of the reason why I like to trade Euro Pound in that sense. Okay. Don't be too bothered about all the lines that I draw here because these are some of the strategies that I use, which I can cover in my subsequent videos, right? And this is dollar CAD or USD CAD, right? Wow, look at a fantastic drop, right? Oh, nothing beats more than catching the entry at a very precise point, right? You can see where the dot is, right? The dot is where I place my short entry, and you can see I may have missed the precise entry. I should have short it at a much slightly higher where the price break down from the trend line and retrace back right at the first straight candle, but I did not, right? So I missed it, but I managed to catch it slightly lower, and I still managed to make about $127 Canadian dollars, right? So that, I think it's about 1:1 to Sing dollars. Not bad, yeah, not bad at all. Okay, now after seeing all the charts that I've shown you, I would this worked for me, right? So I have no idea if it works for you, but I would strongly encourage you to do that. I like here to quote a Bible verse because from time to time I refer quite a fair bit to the Bible as a how should I say it? As a foundation to what I am doing. I think it is the foundation of what I'm doing, and it is extremely important, right? So this is one of my favorite verse in James chapter 1, verse 22 to 25, right? Here it says, "But be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves." Right? You note that in verse 22, not hearers only is in red, right? I will explain in a short while. And verse 23 is say, "For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man observing his natural face in a mirror, for he observes himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. Verse 25, but he who looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues in it, and is not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the word, this one will be blessed in what he does. Now, what this verse is trying to explain is we do not just read the Bible and take the words on the as it is. But we have to be practitioner. That means we need to apply what the words in the Bible is trying to say to us, right? That is more important. And in verse 25, it says, he who looks into the perfect law of liberty. Liberty basically means to liberalize someone, means to gain freedom. Freedom in what sense? If today you are behind, right? Behind in the sense that you are stuck with paying your bills, you have credit card bills, you have mortgages, and your expenses are constantly your expenses are increasing, whereas you find that your income is not catching up as fast, and perhaps you have family and you have kids, so a lot of these expenses are rolling up, and you hardly could catch a breath. In a sense, you feel stressed out financially, and it affects all parts of your life. Your health is going down. Your relationship with your spouse may not be as ideal as it is. So you are not free in that sense. So you often wonder, if only I could have this amount of money, if only I could get a pay raise, if only I could have a promotion, blah, 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 I would be able to take care of all these things. And if I can take care of all these things would be great, right? So here it means to apply the words of God and continues in it, meaning it is not just a one-time application, meaning we need to be steadfast in the journey and not giving up, right? And he who is a doer of the work will be blessed in what he does. Praise the Lord. I am a firm believer of this verse, and I believe I am applying this on a frequent basis, and I try to influence my friends and anyone who is willing to hear, right? Remain open-minded. My role here is not to, or my purpose here is not to convert you to become a Christian. That is your own choice, right? And that is not my intention at all, right? Here, this is my number one favorite verse in Mark chapter 11:24. That is, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. For those who are open to reading the words of God and or what this verse is, I would strongly recommend you to print this out and put somewhere in your wallet, or take a picture in your mobile phone, or perhaps even put it as your wall picture, something like that, and refer to it every single day, at least 3 to 4 times a day. Why? I'm going to explain it to you. Right here, this powerful verse is basically trying to share with us, when we ask something from God. For example, I will take my own example, right? So I ask God to bless me abundantly in my income, in my finances. Okay, that is number one. That is the prayer that I am asking from God, right? And I need to believe that I have received it. So it is, if you were to look carefully, the word here, it's not God say, okay, ask me for this thing that you want in your prayer, and you will be receiving it. It's not a process. It is already done. It is done for us, meaning we have already received what we ask for in the prayer. So for example, if I'm asking for abundance in my finances, in that sense, for example, I am asking for so much profit a day to be made in my trading, in my investment. Say example, once I prayed to God to bless me with making $2,000 USD profit within a day, and that has materialized because once I achieved that, like what I showed you earlier in the chart with the profit, right? I I will refresh that memory every now and then and keep looking at the profit, keep looking at the profit and internalize it and feel it, how good it is, how confident, how accomplished that feeling gives it to me, and what I could do with this money. That is the most important thing, right? Because profits that sits in your account means nothing unless you exchange it for goods and services. So I am, like I said, I am a father of 2 young kids, and I ask myself, wow, God bless me with this, and in turn, how can I use this to bless my kids? So I can furnish them with more things that they need, for example, education, so on and so forth. Go for a good meal and whatsoever that they want, right? So if you were to, this is what this is the words of God, right? Now, if we were to look at so-called perhaps the non-spiritual world, if I may put it, I think most of us are familiar with Napoleon Hill, right? Back then, long ago, but not as long as Jesus, right? He said the same thing. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So the first thing first is you need to conceive an idea. So what is my conception? Making 2,000 USD profit within a day, right? Within a day. So that is just one idea that I have, and I believe, and I keep on believing. You know, there were days that I was close. I was perhaps reaching about 1,600, 1,700, and then by the end of the day, it went down back to about 1,300, maybe 900, and then for some reason I just keep moving up and down. So that is like a roller coaster in that sense. It kind of eats into your confidence. But because you have this idea and you believe in it, you believe wholeheartedly that this is possible, this is achievable, right? Ultimately, you can achieve it, right? So that is if you were to map it across to what Mark chapter 11:24 said, it is the same thing, right? It says that whatever that we ask for in prayer, we have received it. So imagine the gifts that you want, right? In this case, making I perhaps say $100 a day, $200 a day, whatever the figure it is, or perhaps some even may have this idea of I want to buy 100 shares, 200 shares of Facebook share, of Amazon shares, right? Something like that. Whatever that it is that you want, for example. So you need to have that idea and believe that you have already got it. How do you know you have already got it? Right? So that goes back to your VAK style. Right? For V, you need to see it. You need to have a picture. You need to have a diagram. Right? So for me, it's very obvious. I can see the profit statement. I can see my entire portfolio, all in blues, meaning blue, or green, meaning it's profits, but not red. Right? And K meaning kinesthetic. I need to hands-on, meaning I'm somebody who needs to trade. I need to plot the chart, go into the live chart itself and trade and see the real profit itself, rather than just spending time hours after hours going to the library or reading on the internet about how others are doing well, they are successful. I mean, it is good. It is a good motivation, but that has to stop somewhere, because as a kinesthetic person, I can only absorb so much of other people's success story. I need my own set of success story. My own set of success story, meaning I need to go through it myself. I need to learn it through myself, experience it myself. So that is crucial. So you need to be clear what kind of profile learner you are. So there are people who are perhaps not so much at the kinesthetic stage, right? So they may be more of the auditory and the visual. So they need to see a lot of things, right? So they need to see, for example, oh, you, the trainer, I want to see your success. I want to hear more. I am not convinced. I need to go to the library and check. I need to double check, triple check. I need to attend more courses. I need to compare. Now, there are people like that. There's something wrong with that. So you need to figure out, what kind of learner, what kind of profile, what kind of personality you are. And that is going to help you as you move along, right? That's going to help you move along. So this is a fantastic picture that I put up here, is to basically to show you guys traders that money that we all want in this world is much like the sea here that we are looking, right? Imagine you go to this sea here and take a pail to scoop up, right? Do you think that the sea is going to worry that it will run out of water? The answer is a definite no. Every day for 1,000 or 1,000,000 times you visit the sea and you scoop up, the water will never, ever runs dry, right? So that is the same as the concept of abundance. So there is no need for us to fear that by being late into the entry, right? For example, now we are talking about the S&P, the Nasdaq, and the Dow Jones hitting record high day after day, week after week. Are you going to be frightened that there is no chance for you to get in? There is definitely a chance to get in. For example, Apple, right? Apple, was it yesterday or the day before? I think yesterday, right? Due to it missing its fourth quarter results, there was a slide in the share price, right? So I managed to get in late last night, right? And I'm still waiting to see some profits. And I think I'm not wrong. Earlier I checked, I'm already about $10 US dollars profit. Not bad, right? So there is opportunities, even if you are not participating in S&P index. There are forex, there are futures, there are stock and shares, there are commodities. There are so many ETFs that you can trade, that you can invest in. So no, not worry at all. Just like the sea, is abundance. And you need to buy this wholesale and wholeheartedly believe this concept of money, that it is not going to run out in that sense, right? It's not going to run out in that sense. With that coming to my end, I would share this with you. Perhaps on a daily basis, you can have this self-meditation, say to yourself, I am open and ready to attract abundance into my life. Now, when you say this, if you are a visual person, right, say this and chant this or meditate this, as you spoke about these words, have a mental picture. Attract abundance into my life. Look into the financial aspect of your life and how this financial aspect of your life translate into perhaps a much bigger house. You'll bring your family, for holidays, right? Perhaps you're buying a nice gift for your wife or girlfriend, right? So and so forth. And your health, for example, great, right? Free from all the diseases and whatsoever. Beautiful abundance, right? With that, I come to the end of the video. And if you guys like what I'm sharing, I would appreciate if you can give a thumbs up to my video and subscribe to my channel. And please feel free to write your comments in the comment box and tell me what you like, you don't like about my videos, and how I can further improve on it. All right. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys soon.